Hey, it's your host Dan once again. Gonna do a quick 2019 mashup of all the money I saved by doing things DIY, and this is gonna go real fast. We got a lot of items to cover. First up's an antenna I built. Only cost me $5. Amazingly, it pulls in all the stations. I didn't have to buy any kind of spiffy antenna. Easily saves me $50. I put an MP3 input in my car. Luckily, I know how to do this. I don't have to take this to a shop. So I'll save about $100 by doing that myself. The power window in my car broke, and this is an expensive repair at the dealership. Cost me a little over $20. I'll say I saved about $500. The heater core then went out, which is the worst repair to do in that car ever, and it would be very expensive. Saved me at least $1,000 by getting it done myself. Right after that, the harmonic balancer goes out, and I got it done for about $85 with a loaner tool. Saved me about $750 over at dealer. Then we move on to some other mods. I'm replacing some door speakers, just the woofers. I think I awarded myself $25 for doing that. And also the tweeters, I relocated those to the dash. I didn't like the imaging. And we cut some holes in the grills there. Did them with new grill cloth. About a $175 job. Here I insulated some windows, a big window, a medium-sized one, and 5 other windows. And the $150 is pretty much about what we're going to save on our heat bill. In the garage, I replaced 4 outlets, and if an electrician came out and replaced 4 for you, he's going to charge you probably about $150. I moved a circuit in the garage because one of the walls was controlled off the house, and it should have been fed off of this panel, and that's about a $200 job. I was leaking some gas in the garage, which was coming from the gas filter in the car. By replacing that myself, I'm saving easily $100. I got a new light and a new drop-down cord, so I had to go up and replace those. You know, if a handyman had to do it, he's going to charge you $50 for it. My mirror fell off in my car. Anybody could do this, cheap job, but if you had to pay somebody, hopefully, you know, they're only going to charge you $25. I had to relocate a bathroom vent instead of it blowing out here into the attic. I kind of tried to demonstrate it, but I saved about $200 by doing that myself. And I made a vent register boot that I needed a custom size out of 2 vents. Had to make that custom, $50. Here I made something else custom. I made some display bases. Showed pretty much in very great detail how I made them. 4 of them, about $200. PC that was dead. We replaced the power supply on it, got that working. I saved myself about $100 by doing that myself. Here, a furnace I fully installed myself with a brand new 45-foot gas line, new electric, new venting. Easily saved myself $3,000. Repainted the garage, all the cabinets. There's walls in there. It'll take a full gallon of paint. Easily saved myself about $500. Here I wanted to knock down my workbench if I had to pay a handyman. He's going to charge me about $50 to do that. And I had a custom project here. If I had to have somebody kind of whip something up and, you know, do what I wanted, it's about $200. Here I rebuilt a pair of clip speakers, and the labor on it was about 30 hours. So I'll award myself $425, even though that's kind of cheap. Had a hazard switch go out in my car. Had to replace that. Got that done for about $75. Saved myself about $400 over the dealer. Same thing on the water pump here. That was about a $75 job. Saved myself at least $400 versus paying money at the dealer. Did a dishwasher myself. Remove and replace. Had to bust out a floor to get the old one out. Got the new one in. It's about $200. Now here are the cracked floor tiles. I thought I only had a couple. I did them by hand. Tile work's expensive, so about $500 on that. I renewed all the grout on my floor because it was looking kind of cruddy. And if somebody had to come in and provide all that labor, about $250. I mean, it looks great. Here, other half's car had a problem with the coolant. It was leaking. I took care of that. That saved about $350. We did some flower box planting, put some bushes in. It only cost me about $75 for those bushes. versus having somebody else do it, say about $200. Here I built myself a custom i7 computer, you know, all the bells and whistles, versus buying it from somewhere about $3,000, say about $1,500. Sound card here, did my own repair on that versus sending it out, have somebody else do it, $150 saved. I built a custom backsplash for my toolbox here. If I had to pay somebody, you know, labor to put that together, probably about $200. Leaky shower faucet, took care of that myself for I think about $44. If I had to call a plumber in to do all this, probably about $250. And here we did a coolant flush. We changed from Dex Cool to green to get that flushed, and at a shop it's probably about $150. Fixed an airbag on the other half's car by replacing the sensor. That saved about $300 over getting it done at the dealership. I replaced a light bulb here in the radio. The display was out, which that's kind of costly because you got to remove it, send it out, then pay to put it back in. It could be up to $250. I took all the stuff out of my old car for sale. It had extensive alarm modules in it, about 6 hours worth of work, $350 saved. Here I am fixing a CD player and a GTO. It has stuck CD. Got that done for under $5. Saved about $500. Put a auto dimming rear view mirror in that car. Had the mirror on hand, so to get that done, saved probably about $350. Here the flower box, we did the other half of it with the other part of the flowers. By doing it ourselves, significant savings, saved about $300 on that side. Back to the car, I did a mod to it versus paying somebody to get that shift light turned on, about $75. I got that done myself, about $75 saved. And here I did the shifter. I did a short stick and a ball shifter in the car. Have somebody else do that, about $100. Key, one of the buttons was coming off, and I had to pry that apart and replace the case. That saves about $150 over buying a new key. I put a skip shift eliminator on the car, which is basically this plug. It goes up under there, but to have somebody jack up the car and put it on, they're going to want money, so $50. Full lawnmower tune-up and repair, oil change, blade, spark plug, air filter, new gas line, removed some other doodads, saved about $100. Custom project here. I built a garage door opener into a door lock button, put that into a factory switch in my console so I could open the garage door at home, about $175. Added a catch can to the car. Between buying the catch can used and the installation, I saved about $150 on that too. Low oil light came on a car even though it doesn't have low oil. Replaced a $13 sensor on the car. That's about $150 saved over the dealer. Here we restored some headlights with the 3M kit partially and doing it by hand. It came out excellent. About $100 saved over a pro detailer. And if you total all this up, it's $15,650. That's a lot of money saved. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I just want to say thanks for watching.